Hey, this is Kris with the release technique. Now, one of the very first things that we teach you when you learn how to release is don't believe a word that I say, but take it for checking. Prove it to yourself. And this is one of the things I love about releasing is that it's not something that you take on blind faith or you take as hearsay, but you get to really be a scientist and prove it out for yourself. And one of the things that is easily provable with releasing is the profound effect that it has on your body. And it's something that you can demonstrate changes fast. And when you do that, that's powerful because then it starts getting you to realize that this body, instead of being this hard, physical, concrete thing that I'm subject to, maybe it's just a story in my mind. And maybe I'm the boss. And by getting positive and getting loving, that'll have a big shift. And I'll see the results in this picture I have of my body. And once I do that, then maybe I could do the same thing with my finances. And maybe I can do the same thing with the other problems in my life. And it's also great when you release on the body is that you get to keep it simple. You don't have to do any tricks or anything like that. Just applying the simple basics of releasing. You see fast changes. So let me show you what this is like. Now think about something that you would like to change about your body. And maybe you've got some pain, some chronic pain. Maybe a sore back, sore shoulder, headaches, or you have an illness or disease. Even if it's something that is seemingly incurable, there's no limitation with this. I've seen people get rid of diseases that you're not supposed to be able to get rid of in any way, not even with medicine or any other means, and just drop them through releasing. Or it could be a physical thing, a broken foot or a broken this, broken that. I broke my shoulder once skiing. This is just a couple of months after I first learned how to release. And they told me that it was going to take like 8-10 weeks to heal and it's going to be immobilized. I'm going to have to do physical therapy. It'd be like 6-8 months before it would be back to normal, close to that. But 2 weeks later, the bone was completely healed, even though it had been split right down from the ball joint. And not only that, I had full range of motion and I was developing my strength. The doctors, the physical therapists, they didn't know what to think about that. So there's really no impossible. So think about something that you'd like to work on your body right now. Now, like I said, this is something that you just keep it simple. Now, when you've got a problem in your body, whether it's pain, whether it's an illness, a symptom, or something like a digestive problem, anything, that pain or that symptom is basically like a pocket of negativity that's in your body. And that pain or that symptom is basically your body ringing a doorbell saying, hey, ding dong, there's something wrong here. There's some negativity here. Would you please address this? Would you please fix this? That's what your body's doing with the pain. It's just getting your attention. But how do we typically answer that doorbell? We don't like it. We don't like the pain. We don't like that symptom. We're literally looking at our body like, what's wrong with you, right? And so you got something that is a pocket of negative energy. And right away, when it's asking for your attention and your love, you're sending it negativity. You're sending it more negative energy. And it's like throwing a log on a fire. It just gets worse. And it keeps this situation prolonging and getting worse and worse and worse. And also, it throws you into your mind. So you try to figure it out. You try to control the whole thing. So you go ask this expert, you go ask that doctor, or your friend that had that same problem. And what do they tell you? Gee, you're out of luck, basically is what they tell you. Here's some medication to suppress those symptoms. Of course, you're going to have to keep taking this medication for the rest of your life. And it has these 20 other side effects. But here you go. That's the answer that most of the world has to this sort of thing, right? And so there is no answer that's out there. And it's a waste of time trying to figure it out. So take a look to see, with this situation that you're looking at in your body right now, if you've been trying to figure out how to resolve it, how to get it to go away. And does your mind have an answer? Of course not, because you still have the problem, right? So it's like looking in an empty file cabinet for an answer that isn't there. You don't have an answer, and guess what? Nobody else has an answer. You probably looked here, there, and a number of places, and nothing has really worked for you, right? All right, so isn't it silly to keep looking in an empty file cabinet for an answer that isn't there? And take a look to see if you've been disapproving of what's been going on in your body. Disapproving of the pain, disapproving of that body part, disapproving of yourself. And how does that help you? How does it help you to beat up on your body? When you're disapproving of it, you might as well just be literally beating yourself with a stick. That's in effect exactly what you're doing. And who's doing that? You're doing that, right? So, since it doesn't get you the results that you're looking for, and you're the one who's doing it, could you let go of disapproving of yourself? You see, it's just a simple decision right now. I'm going to be positive and love myself, or I'm going to be negative and beat myself up. And this is a very critical choice here. And you may be struggling with your mind because the mind will say, well, this pain is intolerable. How can I love it? Or this problem is awful in my body. I have a serious illness. How can I love that? Well, look, by fighting with the pain or doing any of that sort of stuff, can't you see that that doesn't get you anywhere? Just gets you more and more miserable about it. So it's a very clear choice. I'm going to be positive and love myself, or I'm going to be negative and beat myself up. So what do you decide? So could you let go disapproving of yourself? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And take a look at that symptom, whether it's pain or anything else that you're looking at, that you're seeing physically. Could you let go disapproving of that? Could you let go disapproving of the pain? When you fight with it, it just makes it worse. Gets you more pain. So could you let go fighting with it? Could you let go disapproving of it some more? And could you let go disapproving of it even more? And even more. And even more. And see if you're disapproving of your body. See, when you walk around wishing that, oh, I wish my body was different, or I wish this pain would go away, ow, 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 that's disapproving of it. That's walking around complaining. And that doesn't get you anywhere, does it? Could you let go disapproving of your body? It's not a smart thing to do. And you're the one who's doing it, right? So could you let go disapproving of it? And could you let go disapproving of it even more? And could you let go disapproving of it even more? And even more. And even more. And could you let go disapproving of it even more? And even more. And even more. And could you let go disapproving of yourself? Maybe you're judging yourself. Well, maybe I did this. Maybe I spent all those years smoking, or I did this, or I did that thing, and that caused this to happen in my body now. And maybe you're stuck wanting to change that you did that in your past, or maybe even if your past was just a few moments ago, you're still doing it. Could you let go disapproving of yourself? And could you let go disapproving of yourself even more? And even more. And even more. And even more. And notice how you feel. See if you feel lighter, more positive. Now here's what you're doing. You see, when you're disapproving of something, you got to hold on to the problem in your mind. See, the mind only deals in pictures. If I say don't fall down, what do you get a picture of? Falling down. So when you're disapproving of your body, or you're disapproving of this illness or whatever, you're holding in mind the problem. And of course it's going to persist because that's what you're keeping in your mind. Your mind is only creative. By letting go of disapproving, you're lightening yourself up. You're opening yourself up to positive and to unlimited possibility now. Not just that negative picture that you've been holding on to. All right, so now let's take it a step further. Could you give yourself some approval? Like right now, if there's pain, could you give the pain some approval? If there's a part of your body that's not functioning correctly, could you give that some approval? Now, inevitably, the question comes up, well, why would I give this approval? Isn't that just reinforcing it? Like, I have cancer. Why would I give cancer approval? Again, positive doesn't hurt anything. So could you give your body some approval? And could you give it some more approval? And could you give it even more approval? And even more. Just love it. Without wanting to change it, without wanting this thing to go away, without wanting anything to be different, could just love it just as it is. And even if you're just doing it a little bit at a time, that's okay. We'll take baby steps. Could you give it a little bit more approval? And could you give it a little bit more approval? And a little bit more? And could you give it even more approval? And even more? 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 And notice how you feel now. Notice how your body feels. See if you feel a difference. Maybe if you had some pain, if it's less now, just take a check. If you have some tightness in your body, see if it feels a little bit more limber, looser. See if you have more energy. Or could you give your body some more approval? And could you give it some more love? And more? And even more? And even more? And notice how you feel now. Now this is such an incredible thing and an important thing to really apply releasing to. Because as long as you believe you're in a body, you got to live in this body. So you might as well use releasing to have a perfect body so that you're more comfortable. You don't have it pulling on you. And you can go for greater and greater freedoms. And you can prove that releasing works by changing your body. Have it become healthier. Have it become exactly as you like, the weight that you'd like, the energy that you like, everything exactly as you like it. And if you can do that with the body, then you can move on. Do it with your finances. Do it for everything in your life. And then step into the real power of yourself and go for total freedom. So this is really a very critical step that every single one of us should take. And that's why you have an excellent opportunity to take a big leap forward in this. We have the Health and Fitness and Weight Loss course coming up. That's a 6-week course where you're going to get to prove to yourself that you could have the exact body that you like just by releasing, just by letting go of the negativity and getting loving. And as you love your body, how you do anything is how you do everything. The rest of your life is just going to unfold. And this is such a powerful class because you get to really see the results right in the moment, almost instantaneously. And do this week by week. We're going to do this for 6 weeks. It's so powerful. And it's absolutely is going to shift your body and put you into a whole new relationship with the world, with a whole new you. So click the link below and join us for the Health and Fitness and Weight Loss course. You're absolutely going to love this.